at different levels, different things scare me. And it's a lot of acknowledging that that's like, okay, this makes me nervous or I'm scared of this. And then acting with, the feeling, the acknowledgement. Okay, this is scary and that's okay. It's okay to be scared. Let's continue to move forward through it and, see what happens. My goal is far out. I know that's kind of where I want to be. I don't always know how I'm going to get there. Like, it's scary because it's unknown. But I know that if I keep walking one step at a time in that direction, I'll be enjoying my journey and I'll be getting to the place I want to be. And it's not a single place. It's more, for me, 100% the journey.
Kill Complacency, a podcast that inspires growth and intentionality and helps you overcome your greatest obstacles.
So I have my buddy Tim Woodbridge on today. Know Tim from LinkedIn, honestly. And I know he's big into mobile home parks, but he hasn't always been in mobile home parks. And so, Tim, could you kind of share your story and talk about the transition, the first deal, the things you had to learn, the things you had to overcome, maybe mentors? Just kind of share with us how you got started.
Sure. Thanks for having me on, man.
Yeah.
So, I was a nurse. I got a bachelor's of science in nursing. Coming up, my mom and dad always said, get a good, stable job. So, my dad's a super hard worker, but like, that's all I knew. I didn't know anything about investing and whatnot, but, I moved to South Carolina like 7 years ago and started reading again. In my life, I go through lulls of reading nothing and then reading everything. And was new here, reading a lot, picked up Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And, just like everyone, I was like, okay, like asset, liability, those are new terms to me at the time. And like, from there, it's like, okay, well, here's the idea. Let's deep dive it like crazy. So read a ton of books, listened to a lot of podcasts, heard Frank Rolfe on the Bigger Pockets podcast, and he was talking about mobile home parks. And side note, I was just at a mobile home park conference in Nashville, and I met Frank Rolfe for the first time. So it's
that's cool.
Full circle. It was really cool. But yeah, so I decided, okay, that's what I want to do. I don't know exactly how that works, but I have an idea. And so I took that idea, found a park for sale by owner on mobilehomeparkstore.com. I just called him up, super nervous.
Is this 2019?
Yeah, in 2019. And so, called him up, made an offer a lot lower than what he was asking. But like, I had done research. So I was like, I'm not just asking for this crazy price because I'm a jerk. Like, here's my reasoning. And, he came back and he's like, no, I can't do that, but I can do this. And so like, I said, okay, well, if I can give you that, will you, can we go through with it? And he said, yeah. And so we ended up buying it for that price. And really it was a lot of figuring out, as I went, how do I take a park with heavy vacancy and reduce that vacancy? How do I, operate one of these things? How could I figure this out? And so it was a lot of trial and error and a lot of, unfortunately, figuring stuff out kind of myself. Like, I have a partner, but I took lead on running it. And, for anyone new, I'd say find someone who's in the space and like help them in their journey. And then that'll like propel you forward. Because like for me, it definitely took some time because I have friends who I asked about things, but a lot of hard knocks.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, from there, just bought more. I bought my second a couple years after the first, and then shortly after I quit nursing. Okay, so for better or for worse, and this is just how I am, right? And so I accept myself as how I am. I'm kind of like, let's get this stuff done right now. And
Mm,
We will figure it out. We will, you know, build the airplane as we jump out, or what is it? Build the
sure.
parachute as you jump out of the plane, sort of thing. And that's just me. And so I quit before I had even close to replacement income coming in. I had some money saved up,
Okay.
but yeah, a lot of like just jumping out of the airplane without a parachute and figuring it out as I went down.
How long were you a nurse, Tim?
I think 8 years. I want to say 8 to 9 years.
Okay. Did people in your life just think you were crazy?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It took a long time for people to stop thinking I'm crazy, and even then, okay. So we were talking. Let's see. To one of my fiance's family members, and so let's see. I quit nursing. I retired from nursing 3 years ago. I just retired her from teaching. She's a high school teacher. Jen is
Mm,
my fiance. And, we were talking to one of her family members and telling them about, oh, yeah, we just retired Jen. And so, like, she was like, oh my gosh, I could never do that. That's so crazy and blah, blah, blah. And it's like people, it's like they worry for you sometimes, like the people you love, as
sure.
if like the worrying is going to do anything good. And
Correct.
it's weird because I don't blame anyone for feeling that. I get it, but it's such a weird way that people are, to be like, oh, if I worry for you, like this is going to make anything better.
Sure.
When it's like, no, even if you're 100% right, the worry just makes things worse, man. It's so strange, and I do it myself. I'm not like immune
Sure.
to it. It's just a weird way that humans are sometimes.
Yeah. So you read the book, you started doing Bigger Pockets. Frank Rolfe was your inspiration, and you just kind of jumped in from there.
Yeah, yeah.
And you quickly quit your job, and you just dove head first straight into this mobile home thing, figuring it all out on your own.
Mostly, I mean,
Yeah,
so I'm even hesitant. Like, I do have friends, I do have people who have been in the game longer than me, so I don't want to not like give credit where
sure.
credit's due. Um, but yeah. I mean, so 2 years after I bought my first park, I was quitting nursing. So
Mm,
I think it was a mindset shift. So it was oh, I can
sure.
do the thing. I don't know how, but here's the proof. I've done it, and I can, figure it out. I have a lot of faith in myself in that no matter what happens, I'll figure
Yeah.
it out.
I've I've come to realize, Tim, that that book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, I used to think it was a real estate book. It's always quoted as a real estate book. But I think much more than that, it's a mindset book because
Mm-hmm.
it just opens your mind up to, number one, what you can do, but also kind of the way the systems of the world work. And you realize, for many people, that's when they break out and they say, you know what, I don't want to do this. So speak to us for a little bit. Like, I'm sure you're super inspired. I'm sure you're inspiring lots of people right now. They're stuck in their job. They want to go buy a mobile home park like Tim did and be out in 2 years. What kind of, the learning curve must have been ginormous. Like,
Still
tell
still is.
me this. What is like, what was one of the hardest things you did early on? And then what did you do to overcome it? Over the years, I have been coached by countless mentors, and now I want to offer that to you as well. How? By Marty Hofmann's Life Coaching. This will be a 6-week program in which I will guarantee you will develop a more growth mindset. We will set goals and learn about the importance of the processes and habits behind those goals. I will also help you see your story differently as things happening for you, not to you. We will also be discussing your future self and give you clarity on who that is and what it looks like. For more information, please follow the link below or hop on martyhoffman.com and follow the coaching link.
Calling the owner of that first park scared the shit out of me. And I mean, at different levels, different things scare me. And it's
Sure.
a lot of acknowledging that that's like, okay, this makes me nervous or I'm scared of this, and then acting with,
Mm-hmm.
the feeling, the acknowledgement. Okay, this is scary, and that's okay. It's okay to be scared. How can, let's continue to move forward through it and, see what happens, like, so my
Mm-hmm.
goal is here, right? I know yeah, my goal is far out. I know that's kind of where I want to be. I don't always know how I'm going to get there, but I know
Sure.
like it's scary because it's unknown. But I know that if I keep walking one step at a time in that direction, that I
Mm-hmm.
will be, I'll be enjoying my journey and I'll be getting like to the place I want to be. And it's
Sure.
not a single place. It's more for me 100% the journey. People talk about
Sure.
retiring. I'm like, I'm not a retire kind of person. I'm a let's continue to do things that excite me kind of person.
Yeah. I'm the same.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, kill
I don't want to
complacency indeed.
retire. I want to Yeah. Um so the hardest thing for you was the first step. And once you committed to that, you just kind of, I guess you became committed, right? And
It's like it's a daily thing, right? So I have to wake up
Mhm.
and do the thing that's going to move me towards the direction that I want to continue going to. So it's
Mhm.
not like it's always hard, right? It's always something that
Sure.
is going to be like my brain says, why do that, right? Like, why don't you just chill, just like have some time apart, uh, or like and just just do something else. I'm thankful for my brain for also being like at the same time like, no, do that thing. You like go do that thing.
Mhm.
That is by far stronger to me than like go relax. Which I mean, for better or for worse,
Mhm.
sometimes I overwork. But so back to the point, it's really it's always hard. It's always going to be hard. But the more I do the hard things, the more I see that as um, kind of the goal, right? So I was talking
Yeah.
to my mindset coach. I use someone with Jason Drees coaching, and
Okay.
he was like, basically, anxiety and excitement are like they're on the different sides of the same coin. So like,
Mm,
if you're not feeling anxiety about something, then you're not moving in the direction that you want to be moving. And that was a
sure.
big thing for me. It was kind of setting those expectations of like, oh, the anxiety isn't a negative thing. It's kind of like an indicator that I'm moving in the direction that I want to be
Yeah.
moving. So it's not I need to hide from the anxiety or like I need to, run away. It's like, oh no, I need to face it. And then like through facing it, I'll get better.
Yeah. It's interesting. I last month I have a book club and we read the book The Power of Moments. And
Mm,
he talked in there about um when we do things that scare us, um that's when like time slows down. And that's why, if there's a car wreck, you can like remember it in slow motion. But for people that just fall in line and just do the same old, life goes by really quick. And so to really hang on and live life fully, you have to do things that, I mean, you use the word excited you, but you could also say things that scare you. Um, so just interesting to think about how it's important to do those things that are hard and difficult, because it actually makes life so much better than if you just kind of drift and
yeah.
life goes by like that. So, and the
Yeah.
other thing I would say is when you do the hard, the hard becomes easier, right? Like how hard is it for you to get on the phone now and call a mobile home park owner and make a deal?
It's fine. Yeah.
It's
Yeah. It's like nothing.
mhm. Yeah, now you
um,
look forward to it.
yeah, exactly. Now it's like it's like a game. right? And it's a fun game. Like it's something that I'm like, oh, so I don't really go direct to owners, but I do call a ton of brokers. So we buy deals off
Sure.
brokers, and now it's like yeah, how's it going? Like it's a very casual conversation. Like yeah, this is what we're looking at. How's it going? What's up with you and your family and blah blah blah.
Mm,
It's like just have like great relationships. Whereas before it used to be scary. Now it's not.
yeah. Yeah. So talk to us a little bit about building resilience. Like share maybe something that you've done before that um, did not go as planned, but you stuck with it, and in the end, it all turned out.
I mean, so like every real estate deal I've done, there's been things that didn't go as planned. And it's
Every one
like
of them.
yeah, and it's that's not a bad thing. It's a learning moment. Okay, how can I
Hmm.
do this better next time? Um, yeah. I mean, in the first park that we bought in 2019 and still have, um, this year there was some big water sewer expenses that
Mm,
were totally unseen. Totally. I mean, it's it it, it came out of nowhere, and like a $30,000 expense for something that is
hmm,
it's 36 lots. It's you know we didn't
hmm.
buy it for that much, so it's like a substantial amount for something like that, and it's substantial because it came out of semi nowhere.
Yes.
It definitely hit us by surprise, but we learn from stuff like that. Um, I mean, yeah, there's definitely parts of every deal that has hit me has surprised me, but really, it's how you see it. So the way I see it is like, okay, shit,
Hmm.
like okay, I didn't see this before. How can I get better for next time? How can I incorporate
Yeah.
all the ups and downs into my life so I can be more above the line in terms of making decisions going forward? How can I, you know, incorporate this stuff so it doesn't scare me in the way that it used to? And
Hmm.
the less scared I am, the less anxious I am, the more I'm able to operate in that kind of above the line
Sure.
um, mentality.
Hmm. Yeah. And don't you think that the more you problem solve like this, the easier it gets, just because you
Yeah.
maybe because there's less problems to solve. Um,
No, 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 no.
but to
They're
your
just different. They're different and they're bigger sometimes.
yeah. But to your point, like sometimes things just happen out of the blue. And that's where, Tim, I feel like some people just, they fold, they give up, and they say, you know what, this isn't for me. Um, so how do you have your mindset where you continue on and you say, you know what, this did come out of the blue, but we're going to figure it out. Maybe we don't even have the 30K to fix it, but we're gonna find it. So
hmm
how does somebody acquire that kind of a mindset?
Just by doing things enough and working through things. There's no
Hmm.
shortcut to it. I don't think there's a shortcut to it. I think it's
No.
doing it enough times, and it's interesting. I see a change in myself today versus a few years ago. Like I make decisions like this, right? So
Mm,
give me all the data, decision made, next. Whereas before it used to be, more of okay, let's sit around and think. I don't have that same luxury of sitting around and
mm,
thinking about things. I mean, I don't go blindly into things, but it's not
sure.
for the most part, it's a okay, decision made. Let's go to the next thing and figure that out. Um, so yeah, I really just doing it enough, man. It's
Yeah.
it'll for me it has made me into a better person for the most part.
Hmm. Is there how many parallels are there between nursing and mobile home? I mean, it seems like those are worlds
Well,
apart.
okay,
But
so
are there pieces you carry over?
yeah, so um, there are no emergencies in the same way that as I used to have to
Mm,
deal with. So, if there is an emergency, it's like call 911, please, because there's
Yeah.
nothing that I'm gonna do. Um, I, have been in many, many, many situations where people have passed and where we've had to do CPR and stuff like that. I
Sure.
was a nurse for a long time. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and once you do that enough, it's like, okay, like you become used to might
Sure.
be it. You become like more prepared. Like, okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
categorize this as a emergency needs action right now, or
Mm.
it can we can take a step back, gather all the data, and then make the decision, or like take a step back because there's absolutely nothing that we could do. Like in one of my parks, I get a call at like 7 p.m. They're like, this tenant's house is on fire. I'm like, call
Mm.
911, please, because what am I gonna do? This is in the next
Yeah.
state over. So like I feel for them, but there's just like accepting that
Yeah.
powerlessness. It's a
Mm-hmm.
good feeling, just like there's nothing I can do, and that's okay.
If you want to wear a billboard of a message of kill complacency or live intentionally, then check out my merch store. It's www.mindsetshop.com. Mindset is with an X, so it's MINDXET shop, SHOP.com. Mindsetshop.com.
Well, and even like the sewer, I don't know what specific sewer issue you had, but that's something you can't put off forever, whereas, maybe fixing the roads is something you could put off 6 months, but the sewer backing up is usually a little more urgent.
Prioritization, is a big one.
Yeah.
I think probably nursing helped me with that as well.
Yeah. So talk to me for a little bit, Tim, about just staying motivated. What keeps you motivated on mobile homes and keeps you pushing for that goal of bettering yourself?
It's exciting, really. Sometimes it sucks, and then when I feel like it sucks, I'm lucky and or blessed, and all the good things in that I can take a step back and just be like, okay, I know myself in that, like, if I'm not excited for a little bit, just taking an hour or so break, and I'll come back like, oh man, yeah, okay, we got to do all this stuff, and it's it's fun. But like, I don't know, it's kind of how I'm wired. Like, I don't want to work in order to take a break. I want to work because it's fun and it's exciting and it's something that's interesting to me. And then, like,
Sure.
the more I do this, the more I realize the things I'm not excited about, I need to find someone who is excited about doing it. So, like,
Sure. Yeah.
my one partner, who we do a ton of stuff together now. He does like all the underwriting. He's great at numbers. He's great at details, and I'm not. It's not my thing. So he's doing that. And then we have another partner who's doing all like two other partners who do like all due diligence stuff. And it's like, I know how
Okay.
important it is, but man, I don't like it. So that's just
You're
me.
not in the trenches.
So like,
Yeah.
we got them to do that stuff. And same thing, we got another friend who is all about numbers and accounting and stuff like that. So it's like, okay, let's get him on board so he can run the financials and the stuff that he's good at that excites him. Because I hate it. Again, I know how important it is, just like due diligence, just like underwriting, just like everything. And I've done it all before. And so I know, like, what am I good at? What am I not good at? What do I dislike doing? And like stuff like that excites me. It's less. I've gotten to the point where it's less deal specific to excite me, and more like company building that's exciting me. Like, okay, yeah, working with amazing people who, like, we all have kind of the same high level values of like honesty and like creativity and like family values, and like getting everyone together so we're all we all respect each other, we all like each other, and we're all good at our one thing. Creating a big company like that's more exciting than all the money. Like, I mean, I'm doing well financially, and I'll continue to do well financially. But for me, the more exciting thing is working with everyone and like
Sure.
just setting up these big systems where like I have this big vision and where everyone's like fitting in that big vision, like everyone's vision fits in that big vision. That's exciting.
Yeah, for sure. It sounds like you inherited your father's love for work, his work ethic, and you really lean into that. So that's good. Talk to me about partnerships. Go ahead.
So I appreciate you saying that about my dad, actually, because I never thought about it that way, and I always thought I hate work. In that, like, I don't want to work as hard as him, and like I wish I had his work ethic more. But when we were just talking, it's kind of like like, oh, I do enjoy working, but I don't like working the things that I don't like doing. So, it's a food for thought for me.
That's the difference. Yeah, because he was a model for you of working hard, and it sounds like you like to just make it happen and work and make decisions and allow things to take place and push and whatnot. And your dad was the same way, but your dad was probably physically working, and that's where you've learned from him, and you said, you know what, I'm going to be the guy that enjoys and is excited about what I get to do, right?
Yeah, it's interesting.
Talk to me about partnerships. How did you start with partners, or were you a lone ranger initially, or how did that come about?
So I was never a lone ranger because I didn't have money. So, there's always need. Like, I mean, I was a nurse. I had a good job, but I wasn't ever financially savvy enough to really save it and do anything like that. So, yeah, I've always had partners. A lot of, experimenting with different people, right? So it's like, who wants to come on board? Who wants to take this down, together, sort of thing. And then, I've worked with enough people that I like, goods and bads and stuff like that. But like, not for the most part. There was one bad partner and everything, but like he's been gone for a while. But like everyone, it's like, okay, I don't think you really know someone until you're working with them consistently. So everyone talks about like, oh, date someone before you get into a deal with them. And for me, I'm like, like getting into a deal with someone is dating for me. Yeah. Because it's like, do we work together well? Do we complement each other? And, so I've dated a lot. And now, like, hopefully, my current partners are like amazing. I want to continue taking deals down with them. And I have big high level visions of things, but also I am realistic in that it's like, okay, let's do like one thing at a time. If things work well, let's do the next deal and the next, and then like let's let it kind of organically grow instead of like, okay, we have to force whatever.
Wanted to thank you guys for listening to the end. In closing, I just wanted to add that if this message resonates with you, if it aligns with your values and something in it today triggered something, then you can also look me up on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube. We are really trying to help people live more intentional lives to kill the complacency with which they have subscribed to. I know there's many ways which I get sucked in all the time. If this is beneficial, follow me there.